Right. Welcome to our life-changing coaching group session. My name is Maratib and I'm your host. This coaching session is a two-way communication between me and yourself. Uh, and you can raise your hand and you can ask any question related to the content of the topic, or if something you want to share related to coaching session, then you're very welcome to participate. So because we have to cover a lot of content today, so I'm going to uh, proceed my presentation. The topic for today is very important about from victim paradigm to path of the greatness, and how we can bring the paradigm shift in current era of COVID-19 especially. So let's start it. So at the moment your mic are muted, I think. If somebody wants to speak, then you have to unmute uh, or ask me to unmute your mic because of privacy or security. The mic will remain mute until you will unmute or I will unmute it myself. So this session we will cover a lot of content, um, especially the life after or with COVID-19, and how paradigms are formed. That's a mini experiment we will um, get to know. Maybe many people you know about this experiment of paradigm. And we will also discuss about victim paradigms, which mostly we people have. Then we will also discuss about paradigm shift, then how the process of paradigm shift actually happens. That's a very important, that's a core of today's presentation. Also, the old paradigm and new paradigm, I will give you some examples as well, uh, uh, from old paradigm and new paradigm, and that will be really interesting for you. Then we will discuss about principle-based paradigm or the positive paradigms, which are very helpful for beyond path of success, and for your life priorities as well. Then we will discuss about how we can bring a paradigm shift deliberately. Mostly people think that it's undeliberately and unconsciously it happens, but we will also discuss how we can bring consciously effort-based action plans to bring the paradigm shift. We will discuss about path of mediocrity. We will discuss also path of greatness and the conclusion. So we will try to be concentrate on the outline, but if you think that there is something which is relevant with the specific clause or the point, you're very welcome to participate. And so let's go. So before we proceed, I want to acknowledge that the mostly content in this presentation and coaching session we have taken from the Speed of Trust. That's uh, is written by son of Dr. Stephen R. Covey. It's a brilliant book. It's a worth reading. This is a book written by itself, Dr. Stephen R. Covey, The Eighth Habit and The Seven Habit of Highly Effective People. Mostly audience in this session are from the Seven Habit Facebook group, and also some of the key connection on across internet as well. So few things belongs to myself, which is my own creation, but some reference or images are taken from these books. So these are not my thing. The credit goes to these books and authors. That's my declaration. Um, Also, I want to announce that we uh, arrange and we organize this coaching session every Sunday, 8 p.m. British Standard Time on the Zoom media. Now you are registered, and you will be uh, having access to every Sunday with the same login detail. You don't have to register with your new login, and you will keep attending till I think in late December 2020. Um, we also need some volunteers as a moderator of the group. Uh, so if you think that you can participate, you're very welcome. You can text me as well your contact detail. We have also a Google Classroom is informal, and this is a app you can download on your smart devices, or you can have access as well. This is a class code you can note down, and you can join it free of charge, where we will discuss a lot of things as well. This is an email address. If you have any concern, this is you can email me directly, lifemasterysuccess@gmail.com. So also remember that we need to respect the privacy of the people who are participating here. You can take the notes, mute your microphone all the time, and unless you can participate or have a question. You can raise your hands as well, and I will give the mic to you. So this session is for anybody who is a true reality seeker, who loves criticism in a positive way, and who loves the brainstorming, and who is very sincere about her or his life, who wants to make the difference in the life, uh, and who want to change the life direction, or maybe the enhancement of quality of the life as well. Um, so I especially dedicate that, like I found my voice through the Dr. Stephen Covey's habit number 8. So the same thing I want to help you for you as well. Um, Also, mostly people in this presentation are also reader of the 7 habits of highly effective people, or the works, they are very familiar of works of Dr. Stephen R. Covey. So let's go and well, let's begin the session. Any question if somebody has before I go for my next slide? You can type the on a chat as well, or you can unmute yourself as well. Yeah. Or if you are not able to unmute yourself, then I will unmute you, and you can type the um, chat in the chat box. Then I will mute yourself. So let's go further. Um, it's been little old news, but still it's very relevant. That 20 million Americans lost their jobs in April alone, in worst month since the Great Depression. We all know very well about COVID-19. We and or our friend or family or our neighbors or our town fellows, anyone are victim of COVID-19, unfortunately. This is one of the disaster or very difficult time whole humanity is witnessing. And the purpose of my presentation and coaching session is to help you uh, to how to cope it, and how we can cope it by changing our fundamental level of paradigm shift in our mental thinking. So that's my goal of today. Uh, so if millions of people are losing their jobs, or they have closed down their businesses, so it means their bread and butter, their families, their self, their survival is in danger. And look at the impact on the mental, physical, social, emotional, political, spiritual, everything is enormous. So we need to stay calm, and stay dedicated towards our fears, um, uh, not to um, give us negative thoughts, not to impact us spiritually very negatively. There is a rumor as well, or maybe there is a truth as well, that fears of the second coronavirus is also in different countries, in different uh, months as well. Like I'm in UK, in London. We have a news that we may have a second wave of COVID-19 in October or November sometime. We really seek forgive from our God, or from nature, that can bless us uh, to whole humanity. Um, and obviously, everything has been changed or is changing very rapidly. Death, or to be a victim of illness, physically, mentally, or emotionally, or spiritually. Um, Now there is no wonder, and we are ready now, um, after a suddenly attack of coronavirus 3 4 months ago, unfortunately. So obviously, shop. Uh, Everything is changed now. It's a very self-explanatory. I don't want to uh, give you more things about coronavirus and stuff, but I want you to get ready, and you to well prepare about how the coronavirus will change the way we think, the way we see the things, the way we used to meet the people, the way we used to organize or attend or participate in different events around us, or different knowledges or piece of information. Everything is going to be changed. Um, so um, obviously that's a dilemma, but there is a very positive hope. Like myself, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I have a family as well. I'm a individual of many capacity. So I bring my all things into my life, and I've been very successful in coping COVID-19, and I want to motivate other people to keep work on the best what you can produce. And obviously, if you need coaching, if you need motivation, you have to connect with your strength resources. Um, and this coaching session is one of your your source as well. It could be the source, or every Sunday, which we will discuss on different topics. You can be um, participation in that regard. So in our in UK, in America, in Australia, wherever we go, it is just 1 week or 2 weeks ago, um, the places which were full of people and tourists, now they were empty. Now, but the lockdown is opening slowly and gradually, but still we have a threat that it can come again as well. Um, so that's we need to get ready. Many people also are confused where to go, um, and how to get the direction of their life. So that's a very important thing. We need to work on this. It's not straightforward. It's not really the way we have our nurturing, or we belongs to some nature, or our race, or our upbringing, or some natural things in terms of our grandparents, or my city or my country. Um, whatever we have learned from them so far, we still need to find the best knowledge which we can help us to survive. That is the awareness we need to get it. And how this awareness can come until we can bring the shift in our mental approach, which called usually the paradigm shift. Um, the how we are perceiving the world, how we are perceiving the world, and absorbing the different events and peoples and behaviors and society and spiritual absorbedness. So everything we, we need to change if they are not aligned according to principles, according to productivity laws that we need to change. So that's why I call it paradigms are game changer. Um, and that's actually our part one. I think 2 3 weeks ago we discussed in detail about paradigms, the nature of paradigms, what our paradigms are actually, how paradigms can impact positively or negatively on our mind, and we have discussed already, but we will go further in our advanced level, that if paradigms are game changer, then how we can change our paradigms, how we can bring a dynamic and a positive shift in our thoughts, to bring the positive action in our life, to meet not only the challenges but also coping the challenges in an advanced level as well. So that's all we will learn in this. So I want to give you a brief summary about what is paradigm mean. Many people may have a little bit different perspective of paradigm. So from my point of view, the paradigms are actually the mental layout of combination of thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions that leads to conclude something, yeah, something meaningful, and it settles in our brain unconsciously, subconsciously, uh, and we, we we actually take action based on that conclusion. Um, Mostly it is based on our background, our upbringing, our nurturing, our schooling, um, and they form all paradigms in our mind. They define actually uh, about the definition of things, people, events, how to uh, see that events. So actually, they paradigms are our lens through which we see the world. Yeah, and everybody has a different lens based on their backgrounds, based on their race, maybe based on based on their um, nurturing or nature. So there is no superior paradigm or no inferior paradigm. No one is superior, no one is inferior, because everybody is taking action based on their paradigms, which are um, defined by their society, their nature, their nurture, and they are very, very relative things. So that we have discussed already in the details. If somebody wants to uh, more learn or remind yourself about paradigm, you need to go on our YouTube channel. There is a recording available as well. Um, I actually mostly emphasize the people about paradigms we get with mostly the we live with them, like my spouse, my parents, my grandparents, my friend family, my teachers. So my class fellows, my media spokespersons, um, newspaper, which I have been learning, books, authors, everybody with which we lived up, they all are, they make our paradigm. Even when we are working in an office, when we are working in workplace, they also make our paradigms as well. Many people change their life when they join any particular organization, isn't it? Many people, they change, uh, and they after learning something from their employee or from their manager, or if they are manager, they learn something from their coworker or other people. So because they are direct impacting, whether positive or negative, and you start to change your paradigm, isn't it? So um, so let's see the definition of paradigm in a whole, uh, in a nutshell. That the paradigms are mental map, paths, perceptions, set of expectations to guess one's own reality. More accurate that map is, more great decision or actions or attitude will be seen as reality, and vice versa. So this is a very comprehensive uh, definition of paradigm. Obviously, um, we go further, and anyone has any um, learn the idea of paradigms from the Seven Habits of Highly Effective book by Dr. Stephen R. Covey, uh, because he has explained the phenomena of paradigm in his book in the first 20 pages, where he uh, gives the example of a beautiful young girl and the uh, old lady. Anyone knows about that? Can anybody share? I can unmute you, anyone of mic, if you want to, if you have learned, or I can give you also a quick idea about that example. Uh, and actually, that was a beautiful example how the paradigms are formed. Um, or you share with me, what do you think? How the paradigms are formed in our mind? How? I, I have shared with you a couple of things, but do you think that there is any other way or very solid thing which how the paradigms can be formed? Okay. Yeah, Mr. Ifzal, please go ahead.
Yes, I would like to share the example from the Eighth Habit with the Dr. Was Stephen Covey, gave the example of the young girl and the old girl. So basically, the group of the people, the class been divided into the two groups, and the one group they've been shown one picture at a time, and the other being shown the one picture as well. One of the group was shown the picture of a young girl, and the other group was shown the picture of a old lady. After that, vice versa, the picture was changed to them, and they were shown the first picture, and the second group was shown the first picture. So basically what happened, the how they found the picture of the group who was shown the first picture, they was thinking this is the picture of a young girl, and the second group, they was saying no, it was a picture of the old lady. So in reality, basically those the both group, they wasn't wrong, they was right, but this is the example. So the picture was shown of the first picture, this one shown. So the first group was shown this picture, and they was saying is the picture of a young girl. Then they've been shown the picture of an old girl. So in reality, there was they both was right on their own sayings. So yeah, this is the second picture which
Thank you very much. Thank you,
yeah,
Mr.
as
Zad.
mentioned.
I appreciate
A-
it.
And
Appreciate
the second thing I would like to add, you said how the paradigms are formed in our mind. I think as you give the example of the upbringing, perceptions, beliefs, and thoughts, and I would like to add another things as most of the people they can build their paradigms by someone who they are impressed. If you are impressed with somebody, so you are following somebody and you are very impressed with someone, so there it's very easily you can you can make the mind about those personalities, those people who are you are following and who you are impressed by, because whatever they are doing you will do the very easily, and gradually your mindset will be becoming their mindset as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much for your participation. Yeah, so the people who are around us, or we follow them, maybe in our face-to-face life, or we see them in our media, or they are celebrity, they are authors, or so everybody can impact on the paradigms level on your mind, and that you reshape your life and you start to transform your um, life. So that is the reality and the phenomena of self, uh, the transformation, how the people change themselves through paradigm. Uh, Obviously, so, but there might be the negative impact you can get from other people, and you change your paradigm in order to ruling your life. But mostly 95% or even 98% people I've seen, and it has been seen that they change their life very positively. Uh, with this example, if you see this slide, many people can see this image as a beautiful young lady, but many people can perceive this picture as an old lady. Yeah. So that depends on their perception, first time, what they saw actually. And that's how our life is. Our life is the first time or the second time we perceive different people, different events, different phenomena, different attitude, different behavior from other people. We start to think that that is a reality, and it is a really reality. Actually, it is a reality for you, but it doesn't necessarily that it is a reality for other. So that's why when the conflict happens between two person, especially in relationships between our traditional relationship between husband and wife, or between employee and the boss, or between two friends, or between political parties, like in America, liberal Democrats versus other party. When they what they do actually, they try to project their uh, they try to project their perception as the ultimate reality, and want to influence on other people, other party, other partner, that it is ultimate reality and there are the reason. So, but other people have a different perception, a different paradigm. So that's why they are not convinced. They try to say, no, this is the reality. This is the thing how we see, and it is a only ultimate reality. And then it start to have a clash between two people. So if we know about in a broader perspective that both are right in somehow, So, or at least we have a great sense of spiritual intelligence, that we know that their paradigms have less reality based, and their paradigms or perception are more close to the ultimate reality. Then we can let them know, or we can decide something, or we can have a judgment. But again, this is our own judgment, our very personal judgment about who is right or who is wrong, or who is more right or who is less right. So that's all things we have to manage. But if somebody has a very clear idea about how the human behavior changes, big change of paradigms, because they are the game changer, then we will not have a conflict with them, because we will respect their opinion, because of certain, because the demand of uh, this vital idea of paradigm, that you have to respect, because everybody is almost right at their own place, and only they can, many people will have more right impact, or some people will have less right impact about certain decision or opinion of different thing. So, but at the end, we are locked in our paradigms. Everybody is locked in paradigms, and they see it. Uh, and obviously, um, in 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 a nutshell, whether we are being a very successful people, or whether we are uh, on the path of success, or if we are get, facing failure in our life, in every condition, in every uh, more or less, we are locked by paradigms. Yeah, and these paradigms drag us, drag us. Even a multi-millionaire person will have a certain type of paradigm bubble around him or her, and she will go accordingly, and she's very dedicated, that her paradigm are great, and that's why she's, and that's a life actually, that everybody is very sincere about their paradigm. They think that they are the reality, and but the reality is that their paradigms are locked. The how they define the things, obviously they have defined, and they are locked. If anybody wants to oppose that thing, they oppose actually, and there is a conflict until they are very enlightened or broad-minded people. Yeah. Um so, in a nutshell, is we see the world not as it is, but as we are, or as we condition to see it. It's a beautiful quote. It's one of my favorite quote from Dr. Stephen R. Covey, from the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People book. So, so actually, what I'm actually describing, or this picture is very beautiful, this city is very beautiful, or this company is is an amazing company, or this workplace is very amazing. Oh, my wife or my husband or my partner is amazing or very bad. Actually, we are describing ourselves. Yeah, how our perceptions are related to these events, places, people. So if I'm saying that my husband or my boss are arrogant, or they have authoritative type of attitude, so actually I'm describing it myself, because I'm perceiving them as a arrogant or authoritative, because I have a perception of these. Might be they are very humble, might be they are very down to earth, but we do actually like this. So that's how paradigms are formed and impacting on our life. So Now is a is a question about thing is are we is there no anything as a ultimate reality? If everybody is if everybody is have their own perspective or paradigm or perception or have defined their reality, so it means that there is no such thing as a fact or a ultimate reality or true fact. Anybody can comment. So is there no any such thing a reality? For example, I have a, if you see it, I have a this pencil, yeah. Um, Mostly people know that this is a pencil, yeah, because we have been taught from our childhood that this is a pencil have a certain texture, certain purpose, you know. So, um, for example, I come across to other person and he says or she says, no, this is actually something else. This is not a pencil. Maybe she or he is explaining this object is something and label it as something else based on his or her experience or her perception. So who is the right? How we will find it that who is right or who is wrong or who is true or who is false, who is correct or incorrect? So I would like to do little brainstorming. So anybody can raise your hand, please, can participate in this. Um, Georgina, you can comment on this, or Jenny Root, you can. I can unmute you. You can raise the hand if you want to participate. Yeah, Mr. Ifzal, I'm coming to you as well. So is there no any such thing as an ultimate reality if everybody is defining different things in their own way and they are very sincere, they are very, I mean, so yes, please, uh, Jenny, you can comment on this.
Oh, I'd said for me to unmute, so I did. I didn't know, but I'm willing to participate. However, this is very interesting.
Yeah, indeed, it is very interesting. So, do you think that I mean, this is a pencil, but maybe some other person in other part of the world will say, no, actually, this is not pencil. It is, um, let's say, it is a mouse, a computer mouse. Uh, Maybe they have a different name of this, or they can say it's a marker, it's something. It's not a pencil. So, and they are right as well, isn't it? So, my question is how we will know that who is right and who is wrong, and who to follow.
Well, they're both right. So, I mean, if you know that's the part where if I learned it to be something else, then that is what it is to me. And if you learned for it to be a pencil, then that's what it is to you. We're talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
It's called something else. That's so interesting because nobody's wrong about that. It's interesting that we would think because we all learn it's a pencil that has to be what it is, but that's just something we learned it, to call that. It could be called anything.
absolutely,
Interesting.
absolutely.
Very interesting.
Thank you, thank you. We will discuss further as well in this. Thank you for participation. Uh, Yeah, Georgina, you want to participate? What your opinion? I can unmute you. Okay. Julius, you want to comment on this? Okay. Yes, Mr. Ifzal. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
I think if someone is following something and some other people are following something, there is a reality where everybody believes this is the reality. And I think those realities, those belief, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are living, those are called the natural laws. If somebody is following the natural laws, so those are acceptable everywhere. So if, for example, hard working is a natural law, if you will success, you will hard work. But it's make, and some people are not accepting it because they don't want to accept it, or they are lazy people, or they don't believe on hard work because they had never tried hard work in their lives. So it could be a very, the small percentage and a big percentage who are denying it. But this is the natural law, this is the reality of the world. The hard work is the key to success.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. Uh, Actually, there are a couple of things in this. It's a very subjective topic, but let me tell you briefly, and we will arrange another section on this particular aspect about rightness or wrongness, or correct or wrong, or false or true or something, um, good or bad. Um those things which are objects, we can label, obviously everybody can label according to their society or their culture, and they can define what is this purpose of this object. That's fine. But there is another reality about those things which are not object. For example, God. For example, angels. For example, metaphysical objects, spirits. Yeah. So those things which even we cannot see, and everybody has their own definition, their own beliefs on this. So it means that there is also a challenge to know exactly what is a reality. So many people define the God in a different way. Everybody has a entirely different definition. So this is something which is a metaphysical, which we cannot uh, see in a physical way. But those things which we can see in a physical way, even we cannot define, everybody cannot be on the same page. So um, why we are emphasizing this thing here? Because if we cannot change anything, then it means there is no any good or bad exist, right? Because everybody has their own definition, and they think that they know everything good. Yeah, their definition of God is good, and God is that thing. Their definition of happiness or success is good because they are following that definition. So that is a tricky. Uh, no, it's not like that. Uh, if this is a pencil, yeah, we can define it from without any our own biasness, our prejudice, our own self uh, definitions. We can define it, and it is a mastery as well. So we will actually, I will arrange this, uh, I mean, important learning in other session in a detailed way. But I will let you know about that, how, when I will be doing this. So Let's go further about this before, because we need to cover a lot of other content as well. That what is a victim paradigm, which was a definition, which is a core theme of today's presentation, and how we can contrast it with our principle-based paradigm. Victim paradigms are those paradigms which gives us a negative feelings, negative emotions, which impact on us physically. We damage our health actually because of these victim paradigms. We spiritually are very demotivated and have no conscience actually. These are the paradigms which are not supporting at all for our success. One of the this is a picture from the eighth habit. I like this is a definition of body in a negative way. This is a spirit, this is a mind, body, and heart. So the whole person, like you and me, are divided into four things: is body, heart, mind, spirit. When we have a very negative paradigm based on our perception, which we do, so our what impact on our body? So our body will be misaligned. Yeah, we if we are working in a company, we will have departmental rivalry. One department blame other department. We will be codependent on each other. Uh, Hypocrisy will be prevalent, and there will be so much misalignment on an individual level, or also on an organization where we are working. What impact on the mind is a very important thing. So, well, we will not share our value or our vision at all. Our mind will be confined in ambiguity, unclear things. We have our own private agendas. We will be plotting all the time something. Even if we are at home, we will making bad feelings about our partner or our children or our parents. If we are at workplace, we will playing some political games with other co-workers. So that all are a result of victim paradigms, you know. The same thing what impact on our heart. Our heart will be moonlighting, daydreaming. We will feel bored. We will not have any passion. um, Escapism is our favorite hobby. We will have anger, fear. A lot of people, when they don't go home, they spend time with friends outside. When their partner are waiting at home, their children are waiting at home, because they are escaping from home, because of they don't have feelings for, or they are not passionate. If they are working at workplace, they will be backbiting of from about their boss, about their co-workers, about reactive mode, in a reactive mode against customers. uh, and they will have a fear of losing the jobs and stuff. You know, that's all heart or relationship related issue they will have. And more importantly, very importantly, they will have a very bad trust or low trust on everything in around them in the world. So the spirit of the life, which they're conscious, which is a hidden, invisible thing, will have low trust on any relationship, with object, with job, with home, um, everywhere. It's very disappointing. So these are the result of victim paradigms, not only on individual level, but also on the organizational level where they are working. So what we need paradigm shift, isn't it? Then we can change this all our mode into a positive way. So our main crux of this coaching session is, let's go for the paradigm shift. Yeah, we need to see the world from a different lens. You know, we need to see the from different lens, from different Google we need to use different glasses. And let's see with me right now. Actually, my dear, the world is principle based, values based paradigm is already set everywhere. We have to see it. And what are these? Uh, these are, if you see, this image is divided into four things. I have taken it from the Eighth Habit book. The credit goes to that book and the author, Dr. Stephen Covey. And what actually, this is a beautiful paradigm which we need to see, that we are divided into four intelligences: physical intelligence, mental intelligence, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence, or we do have these capacities. So the God or the nature have given you physically these things, which you maintain the discipline in your life, at home, at personal level, in a company where you're working, and your physical world will give you these tremendous values which are hidden. Yeah, obviously that's, I'm not going in details because of time constraint. Your mental intelligence will give you the vision, your knowledge, what you have learned from your school or university or college, or from other sources, that will give you the vision, and you will start to idealize, and you will follow the different beautiful values. These are all values. Your heart which generates the ripples of emotions. Yeah, that you will be passionate about your life, and under the passion you will use these worthy values which are connected with your heart. And more importantly, one, two, three, uh, so, yeah, so physical intelligence, mental intelligence, or emotional intelligence, all these intelligence are governed by spiritual intelligence. How you're spiritually, you are sound technically to govern these three. You're conscious, which gives you the sense of right and wrong, will give you the sense of being you are doing morally good or not enough good, or you are doing fairly or unfairly, or integrity. So these are the four voices from within ourselves. We have to follow them. This is the most advanced and most proven technically positive paradigm. Dr. Stephen has explained in his book, The Eighth Habit. And I have myself is very much convinced with this paradigm. If we follow this paradigm, then we will be very much in control in our thing. And then uh, the shifting will start to generate towards positive thing. Because unless we don't know what is vegan, until we don't know what is conscious passion and discipline, and being focused mean, being what is integrity mean, how we can achieve a synergistic process, how we can become philosophical in an intellectual way, uh, how we can build a positive paradigm. This is a very deliberately, consciously paradigm. We have to maintain it, and then we can um, go further for our next value. So then we can bring a paradigm shift in our life, and how we can bring the shift in our paradigm shifting. Well, paradigm shifting can come instantly as well, or with deliberately as well. So instantaneously, how it can come, suddenly we see any event around us, and then start to change our brain, start to change our way of the thinking. We used to act, and now we are acting entirely differently. So it happens instantaneously. Yeah, very uh, it, it changes your mind forever, or at least for longer period, within a microsecond. And everybody has their own that I think that depends on the luck. Like there are so many things on luck we experience our life. So this paradigm shift also instantaneously comes by luck. um, I say, or if we are living in a different society, in a different way, that um, um, or a person who is living today in a New York, tomorrow in London, and then he spent different time in Australia or in India or in Arab or in South America or in China, in Japan, in Africa. So a person who is living in a different environment will have continuous paradigm shift. It is the best way to change your thinking. Until you cannot see the things from out of the box. You cannot unlock your paradigms bubble, the which I was talking about. When you are living with a different environment with different people, then what you have learned will gradually change, you know gradually change. So this is a very important thing which we have to understand in this. Continuously learning with objective goals, like you get this. If you are keen about particular reality, then you start to learn online or get the admission in the school or university and start to learn about and then change that thing entirely as a reality in your mind. Many people they do, and this is a masterpiece of leadership development uh, learning. I think that you change your own paradigm with deliberately learning, with the help of mental intelligence, or deep thinking is very important. And think about not the problem in today's social media world, or that we want to learn or we want to understand instantaneously, just quick. We know that what is this. We don't try to give time about particular reality or event or relationship issue. We just decide and then we start to live, and we often get failure, unfortunately. If you want to have a deep thinking, then you need to read a lot of books. You need to work with authors. Maybe you nowadays every author is one email away, or you everybody has their own websites or Facebook or LinkedIn. uh, Go and connect with them. Try to create a genuine relationship. They will and you will start to change your paradigm amazingly about particular thing. Mental intelligence is again related. Deliberately formal education, systematic education. Dr. Stephen says that working with the different organizations, with the different people, also gives you a paradigm shift. Is out of the box thinking, very importantly, or something which nobody has imagined ever. Um, that you need to build your mindset as well. It's very important. You need to build your mind, that you have to have a habit of think out of the box, so that's very important. Or synergistic, or third alternative thinking, which is one of my favorite topic as well. Dr. Steven has written a book on this particular topic. When I read, I think a couple of years ago, my paradigm about conflict management entirely changed. Now I'm very confident how to resolve the conflict based on this synergistic approach. So, that's the how we change our paradigm. So I give you some example of old paradigm, or some myth. We call it old paradigms are myth. For example, many people in ancient time used to consider the moon as a god, or other planet or cosmological objects. They used to consider they are different, small god or big god. You know, the sun used to be a center of earth, used to be a center of earth, of the universe. So these type of old paradigms, which we call myth, but these myths used to be a reality on that time, which later changed in today's world, isn't it? For example, many of you know about Newton's Newtonian physics was prevailed in early 15th or 16th century, isn't it? And when Albert Einstein came in 20th century, he changed the paradigm of science from Newton to his own stuff entirely differently. And now um even Einstein's scientific paradigm is being changed with the other type of paradigms as well. So from different era to different era, paradigms are changing. Then you enter into next different world. Then you enter in a different world. So this is a beauty of paradigm, and that is a continuously process. It also apply on our personal level as well. So as we are living, we need to continuously change our paradigm into different uh, way of thinking or learning, through learning about particular thing. It's very fascinating, very important. So let's discuss. Just I give you example of between myth and new paradigm. For example, the old paradigm used to say mission statements and strategic priorities are developed by those who knows the best. It means the people at the top. So change always, or mission statement always is written by top people. Actually, it's not. The new paradigm is saying your strategy, your priorities are developed from bottom to up. That's the, it is a reality. This is a new paradigm. Another paradigm we know about, let's go further. Like old paradigm, carrot and sticking, the jackass theory is the best form of motivation. That still prevail in many organizations. Like if you give a motivation to your employee, uh, give a carrot. If he does not work, then push with a stick. So carrot and stick is the best way of motivation to get a work from the employee. That is an old paradigm, but that was a reality on that time. But now is a different way. Uh, Actually, this is not a human psychology of carrot and stick. We have a different paradigm. And what is a paradigm? We need to change on a spirit or on a mind or heart level if we want to get maximum of uh, from the uh, from the employee. Another old paradigms are between meetings, which we do meetings in offices. There is an old paradigm and there is a new paradigms as well. So what is a principle-based paradigm? Principle-based paradigm, like I said earlier already, that we are divided by our four: body, mind, heart, spirit. And they are the intelligences are governed by these. We need to follow our these four dimensions in a different way. And we need to follow these values if we want to do this. There is another positive paradigm approach about our Dr. Stevens' beautiful definition of voice. Where is our voice, personal voice lies? When our talent, our needs, our conscience and passion intersect with each other, then our unique personal significance our gift of voice is generated actually. So talent is a mind, need is a body, this is a heart, and this is a spirit. So the needs of body, mind, heart, spirit, when they are concurrent on a one point, that point is a voice, and everybody has unique approach in this, isn't it? So okay, there is a, okay, no problem. There was a comment from the Georgina. No, that's okay. Thank you for participation. Uh, so in the same thing, if you are a worker, then your paradigm should be like this. Um, that your mind should say to your boss, use me creatively, okay? Don't dictate my mind. Your body will say, pay me fairly, give me the enough money or salary. Your heart will say, treat me kindly, you need to. And your spirit will be always in service of humanity in a principal ways. So this is a beautiful paradigm in a job, in an ideal job. So always work with those people who use you creatively, who pay you fairly, who treat you kindly, and who give the spirit to uh, to serve the people. So this is a beautiful paradigm. On an individual level, this is one of my favorite diagram. I'm sure it will touch your heart as well. That on a personal level, this is a picture from the book, The Speed of Trust, um, and where they say that um, who we are and how we get the success in life. That character is actually our roots of our success, and when character flourish, then we get some goals or intentions to achieve, and that will go to build some capacities and capability to do certain things, and that will make us competent. And that's a it's a beautiful metaphor, beautiful, excellent metaphor for for being a successful and a strong integrated person, uh, that the character and competence, when they meet together, character and competent, when they meet together, and that paradigms, if it builds in your mind about yourself or about actually judging the other right people, that will be the beautiful stuff you can create in your mind. And if you follow this, then your path will be very, very successful, isn't it? Um, so we are just in the last 5 minutes of our presentation. If somebody has any question, please let me know before we winds up this presentation, this coaching session. Julius, you can participate. Jeannie, you can participate. Or you have any question? Okay, no problem.
I don't.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Let's go further. Yeah, Julius, you want to say something?
No, really, I'm just following.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's go further. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a beautiful paradigm of life. And I'm sure this is a picture taken from the Eighth Habit book. And this is our life. Our life actually starts from here. Yeah. And our life, when we start our life, actually, I show you this picture before. This. So Our life starts from here on our left side. The God has given us choice to choose our response in every stage. God has given us the principles, and God has given us the natural four natural, so for sorry, four intelligences, which are body, mind, heart, spirits related: physical intelligence, mental intelligence, spiritual intelligence, isn't it? Now, this is the one way. If we take these three things, and we can go on a path of greatness. And I will tell you how it will convert. And the other way is this. If we have three things: power of choice, natural principle, and four intelligences. And if we go in this way, that we will go on a path of failure or path of mediocrity. Dr. Stephen is saying everybody has two ways in their life. One is path of greatness here. One has a path of failure, and other, and that was a life before COVID-19 pandemic. For example, if somebody has a bad life experience, or so that will lead to us a path of failure. But if you can change your paradigm, then you will have a creative force in your life, and you will start to find or discover your voice by inspiring the other people's voice as well. And that your life can be the life after COVID-19 pandemic. That will be the path of greatness. You see, that's entirely we need to understand what we can. So, yes, sure, Mr. Ifzal. I will upload these slides on a Google Classroom, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate for your and now I will tell you about my last slide, which is a whole roadmap about how we can change our life. See. So let's go further for the path of failure or mediocrity. We will have initially or throughout our path of failure, we will be fragmented person. This is the mind, body, heart, spirit. Our mind will always have a victim feeling. I am a victimized. I am actually, somebody is externally is responsible to make me fail. So I'm not doing it. My partner is doing it. My boss is doing this. My country is doing this. So that's victim, and blaming other feelings will be on my mind. I will be indulging my body, and that indulges your body is not in your hand. Your body actually has gone to other people's hand, other your society, in a path of failure. Your heart will follow only what other people are doing. You will not have at all any creativity, any passion, because you are ego-centered. You are driven by your ego, because your sense of ego is run by your partner, your other people, and that will go further in a bad way, which we discussed already, that you victimized thinking will lead for no shade or no vision, no values. Your indulgence make your body misaligned. You may have a diseases physically or illness, high blood pressure or diabetes or stroke or heart diseases, etc. Your passion will disempowerment will create a disempowerment, because your ego has a very low trust. Your ego is a low trust on everyone, and that's a part of mediocrity or failure. Dr. Stevens saying that you in this path you always lost your voice. But if you have a great paradigm of path of being a great person, then you will be whole person. You will use your body, mind, heart, spirit in a positive way. Your body will maintain a discipline. Your mind will have a great vision. Your heart will always generate ripples of great emotions to driven by passion. And your conscious, your spiritual or intelligence will have a conscious, definitely. Your vision will turn into something which gives you the guide, compass. You will have an amazing knowledge, a useful knowledge, a purposeful knowledge to go and learn and follow it. Your body will be aligned. You will be very healthier. You will be living in a good or nice house, or um, your organization environment will be very good. That also come in discipline physically as well. Your passion will empower you, you know, and your conscious will start to become model, and you will be example for other people, because you will find your voice and you have found your voice, you know. So that's will go to the path of greatness. So in in this is the conclusion about you have two choices, and you have a roadmap and you need to follow it. Um, but in this COVID-19, obviously, we need to stay away from other people. We need to get online. This is just some example. Uh, that's everybody, you may know about these things, you know. uh, the conclusion, so that's the last thing about today. So paradigms forming and shifting is continuously phenomena throughout our dynamic life. Yeah. Broad-based formal and informal information, education and learning can only influence the paradigm, of course. No restrictions such as age, race, country, but only does matter our self-belief. Our self-belief to change the things how we are, and we could be turn our life. So that's it. That's the conclusion. So I'm available for any question if you have. And before I close this presentation for today. Yeah, I will upload this presentation and sessions recording on YouTube as well. I will share this presentation on Google Classroom as well. You can uh, search online as well, and I can let me show you a Google Classroom. So next week we will come on a different with a different topic. So if you can suggest any topic, please comment below. If you are watching this recording from YouTube or anywhere, then I will make a coaching session on this dedicated topic. Do you have any idea about what topic can be by on next Sunday? Yes, Jenny, you know any topic for next, or any challenge you are facing nowadays, and I can help you next week to make a topic on that. Or Mr. Ifzal, you have any other topic?
I would say gratitude. How about a topic of, you know, our blessings and things that we have that that we take for granted. Things, you know, like we take a shower and you don't think about it, but that's water. We're just taking a shower with gallons of water, and you don't really understand that that is a huge blessing. Our bed that we sleep in, just gratitude for things that, you know, we can hear, we can talk, we're on a computer, you know, things that you just don't think about that are all blessings that we have. I mean, just maybe something on, you know, what we have, that we just don't think about. Even that I can hear you. Some people can't hear, some people can't see. I mean, some people can't walk. You know, I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm very, you know, fit, and I can be because I have that opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have also some section like you mean the abundance mentality to gratitude about other peoples and to nature who have blessed us in many ways.
Yes,
So that's because we believe that there is abundance everywhere, um, and everybody can get out of their part of this whole world,
that's
because
right.
God has blessed us in many ways and nobody can snatch it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Unless we let them.
that's correct. That's correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate your things. Yeah, I will consider this. I will put some section on this topic definitely, and will let you know as well. So thank you very much, and I will. You are requested to join our Google Classroom, or you can also join our YouTube channel. Um, there is a YouTube channel with the name Maratib Ali Shad, or with Life Mastery Success, where I will regularly upload this video, and you can invite your friend and family for this coaching session. And we will see you next week with a new topic. Thank you very much for your participation. It's really appreciated, and see you next time. Bye bye.